Hello and welcome everyone, Lionheart here, and today I've got another awesome custom battle map for Total War Warhammer, and this battle replay I'm playing against Heir of Carthage, and this is the Karak Quest tabletop battle map by Maga, and he's also made an Empire Streets one as well, and me and Heir have also fought that battle, and that'll be out in a few days as well. But what I absolutely love about this map is that Maga has created a tabletop Warhammer battle map to fight over, but it's the background, this like dwarven tavern that we're in. I didn't actually think that the tools allowed you to make your own backgrounds. I thought you had to kind of import existing kind of areas or what have you around it. I did not know that this was possible, and this is just awesome. He's created a tabletop map to play within the Warhammer game, within the Total Warhammer game, and it's just awesome. I would love to see, you know, the faces of the guys over at CA, seeing all these awesome maps being made. Wow, I'm blown away by what the community's been creating over the last, 2 weeks or so since this has been out. This is insane. You know, a map within a map essentially now. This is crazy. I should say the lighting, unfortunately, is a bit all over the place, as we've found with kind of underground battles, which I guess this is. So the lighting does get a bit crazy. Just going through the deployment phase. But yeah, this map, insane. Do go check it out. Massive respect to Maga. This is insane. Because it's not even just the detail to the tabletop map, it's the detail in the background. I mean, look over here. If we zoom in the back, there's a, he's created another room over there. There's a door and a... This is fantastic. Absolutely awesome. Cannot wait to see what the community continues to come up with. But anyway, let's just briefly take a look at this map. It's in slow-mo at the moment. Again, sorry for the flickering and stuff like that. It is, unfortunately, the kind of underground lighting, I think. I wish Creative Assembly would allow like modders or map makers to create little light spots kind of down, I guess. That would, I guess, fix the underground lighting. I don't know. I don't know what the issue really is, to be fair. I guess it's the light source. I don't know. But anyway, yes, this map itself, there are numerous ways in which you can kind of assault this position. I'm playing as Clan Angrand, and Heir Patchy is playing as Crooked Moon as Skarsnik. So there's kind of 3 routes of attack. This far left-hand side that I can try and defend and hold. The centre position where there's a bit of a wall. This is like a Bretonian town in the Grey Mountains, I believe it's meant to represent with this tabletop battle map. So yeah, I've got this kind of central part here with high walls and cliffs to position my artillery on, and then over on the far right hand side by the edge of the town there's just kind of slope here. And Heir has a number of paths he can take and go through this forest here, so he's covered as he advances. He's got all these cliffs here which will hide his units. There's not much going on over here, but that's fine. It comes through these cliffs, and then he can strike that way, or he can use the forest cover on the flanks to move on up as well. It's a small map, but I've really enjoyed this battle with Heir. It's good fun. So I'm going to leave it on slow-mo just because the battles are kind of already started, because deployment was pretty quick for this. But quickly go through my units here. We've got the Quarrelers. I brought 4 units of Quarrelers with great weapons. Behind them I have 5 units of Longbeards with 2 miners with blasting charges behind them, which I'm actually moving to deal with Heir's nasty stalkers, the Warlord's boys, and his Night Goblin Charmer, which he's moved very quickly and rapidly up this point on the left flank. And then over on the right I've got my 2 units of Ironbreakers. And then I've got 2 Thanes, and I went for these guys because I was like, I really wanted some holding power, and I felt these guys would do that best, basically. In fact, I think I've just found my my thumbnail for this video. That looks pretty cool. But yeah, so those are the units over here, and then artillery-wise, I've got 2 cannons on that right section of the wall, and a Goblobber. Just had to bring the Goblobber. And I've got, obviously, Belegar and Throny Iron Brow as my Runesmith, Ethereal. So yeah, that's myself. Obviously, taking a defensive position because the spawn and everything like that, and Heir is pressing the attack with nasty skulkers. I think I called them stalkers earlier. Nasty skulkers. To Warlord's Boys, Night Goblin Shaman. He's got Orc Boarboy Chariot back here. And out of sight, the Black Orcs, the Rusty Arrows, Skarsnik himself. He's also got back here a unit of Black Orcs he's moving on round. And then over on the left flank, he's got a Doomdiver Catapult, the Arachnarok Queen, and then 3 more units of Nasty Skulkers, Armor Piercing, trying to carve through my dwarves. There is a little bit of a... but you can kind of... I think you can pull back here. So if you wanted to make a brave last stand, you could retreat into the cave in. Lots of these like floating little rocks here. Anyway, let's hit play and begin. Shorter battle today, but this is... I would imagine this is definitely a 1v1 map. I can't really see this working 2v2. I don't even know if it supports that, to be honest. But anyway, I've got my arm breakers up here. Obviously, I'm just waiting for these guys to kind of move into range, so then I can just hurl my blasting packs at them. At this point, I hadn't been able to see the Doomdiver. It was still hidden in the trees over there. I'm just kind of forming up with my Thanes. Oh, they look cool. When the light hits them as well. Yeah, I've got my Iron Breakers. They'll hold that right flank really nice and solidly, even with that Arachnarok Queen. I'm hoping. My cannons, pathfinding, just trying to sort them out up here, because I was hoping, probably a bit foolishly, that he would just charge through the middle. It's air. He's not going to do that. So I didn't really get to use my artillery as much as I'd like up here, but we'll possibly redeploy them in a bit. Goblobber over here. I thought this was actually kind of a good angle, because actually the Goblobbers over here might be able to start picking off those Black Orcs. We can see the Orc Boy Chariot as well coming in over here. Now we've got the Skulkers charging on here. I'm pulling back a unit of Longbeards and getting ready to use my blasting pack charges here with my miners to send back the Skulkers, and I catch Patchy off guard. Knock a few of them over. There's another throw of blasting packs in there. I get kind of ready to countercharge with my Longbeards. And my artillery, I'm trying to fire at the ground here, because I saw that chariot moving through briefly for a second. I was like, if I just aim around here, maybe I'll get a lucky shot and kind of clip it a little bit. The Doomdivers are now firing over on my Iron Breakers. And so I'm pulling those Thanes back. Iron Breakers are actually taking some damage, and I can't really afford them to do that so much, which is kind of annoying. So I decide to pull this cannon unit over to then harass his artillery, Doomdivers. I've even pulled some Quarrelers over just to turn them around to try and hit the Warlord's Boys. And I'm getting ready to push up with my Longbeards here. So I take one of my 5 away from the centre, a couple of Quarrelers as well. Just see these guys off, because I don't want them putting pressure on my flank. And we've got the Rusty Arrows in the centre here. I'm trying to get my cannons and Goblobber to fire on them, but I don't think they actually can. I think the line of sight is quite there. Meanwhile, I've pulled back a little bit to draw Heir's forces forward. And he has now moved into the base of Slow. He's sending in his Arachnarok Queen over here. And I didn't realise he'd done this until it was too late. Doomdive's still going on in. He's trying to hit my Thanes. Thankfully, though, I'm now able to throw my Blasting Pack charges down from Iron Breakers, lots of damage. And what Heir does here is he spawns some spider hatchlings. He moves his Arachnarok Queen within range so he can spawn them up here to try and take out my cannon crew, which is rather sneaky and effective of him. So we've now got to try and deal with these spiders. He's leaving his Arachnarok Queen there. He's actually spawned in another unit. Go. And they're going to overwhelm that cannon unit. Thankfully, not both of my cannons were there, and I think maybe he was expecting that. I've managed to get my cannon arrayed over here, and we're doing a fair bit of damage to these nasty skulkers just with the blasting pack charges from the Iron Breaks. I haven't even charged in with them yet. Yeah, really wrecking that nasty skulker unit there. Apologies again if I keep calling them stalkers. Habit. So my Longbeard's pushing up over here because Heir's moved his force on the left back, again with his Night Goblin Shaman. Skarsnik is still at the back here. He's holding plenty of troops in reserve. Managed to get a couple of shots off trying to scare away that Ragnarok Queen, but Heir sees that he's not doing so well over here with the Skulkers. And I've sent in my Thanes as well. So in they come. That Ragnarok Queen is going to be trouble, but again, that's why I'm not too worried, because I've got the 2 Thanes. And I'm kind of thinking that they'll be at least able to tie it down long enough so that the Ragnarok Queen can't enter the main fight in the centre, where Belegar is. And Doomdiver's still moving up there, but I'm now starting to shoot them. But Air has spotted my cannons are here, and he's brought his spider hatchlings in to try and take out my cannons. Very annoying at doing that. I'm pulling back my crawlers. I move down to try and shoot some of these units, but they get a charge in, so we throw in the Longbeards. Belegar's coming down as well. Pop all the runesmiths' runes. Belegar's getting in as well. We can see the Black Orcs charging in as well, and the Orc Boar Chariot as well, pressing on in. It's all flying off. Throw Belegar in there. Throw in as many of my Longbeards that I can. I've managed to deal with the Spider Hatchlings up here. Cannon Crew just survives, and I need to get these Longbeards going. And I actually decided to bring these Longbeards behind to support my right flank, rather than commit more of them to the middle. The Goblob is not really doing too much. Curse of the Bad Moon thankfully misses my troops over here, because I've sent in my Miners, Quarrelers, and the Longbeards, all to try and push the Warlord's boys back. They're being supported by that Shaman. These blasting pack charge, they look super cool. Thankfully, for whatever reason, Air seemed to forget about this unit of Black Orcs for a while. Because if he'd brought that in, then I think I would have been in trouble. The Rusty Arrows, though, making short work of the Goblobber. Alas, not able to do much there. Thankfully, these Quarrelers with great weapons. That's why I went with the great weapon variant, because they're also pretty good in melee. I've thrown in Belegar here. I've popped his Revenge Incarnate to really get him to do some damage, because Skarsnik's now got stuck into the fight. We can probably get Gobbler going after my Ethereal Rune Lord, or Runesmith rather. Belegar, turn around, mate. Start swinging, would you? There we go. So they're all duking it out over there. Pretty reasonable on the health, though. We've got that Orc Boar Chariot, which been a bit of a pain. Meanwhile, the Ironbreakers and the Thanes are engaged with that Ragnarok Queen, and we just managed to get a cannon shot right into it. We've actually cleared away those Spider Hatchlings. They've been brought back down here. I think it's actually spawned more in. The Skulkers are gone. The Doomdiver Catapult has been chased away. I managed to get one of my Ironbreakers to chase it all the way down through the forest flank here. Look, there's models over here. This is what I love about this map as well. Look. Look. They got some like wood elf models and stuff. This is insane. Love it. It's so cool. But yeah, continuing to hammer away at the Ragnarok Queen. Shots going in. We're doing a fair bit of damage, and the Spider Hatchlings have gone now. And I kind of know that things aren't going that well for me in the center. Actually seeing a fair few of my troops being broken. Augments being popped all over the place. Oh, missiles fired there. Spider Hatchlings hitting me in the flank. See all their carcasses on the floor. We're holding. We need to get these guys actually in. They're just sitting around there. And Belegar going after Skarsnik. Belegar at under half health now. Is not so good. But yeah, I need to finish this up against the Ragnarok Queen to bring these guys over. My Thanes as well, because they'll be quite a bit of help. Over on the left flank, we managed to break through, and we were just reforming. Air still hasn't realised about those Black Orcs, thankfully. So I was going to just wait for them there, but I'm starting to pull my troops over through the forest here, try and take out that Shaman that's retreated through the trees to help out Skarsnik. And I'm just throwing everything I can at Skarsnik and Belegar in the centre fight here. Gobbler just jumping and leaping over, because at this point I am very low on health with old Belegar. And Skarsnik has a fair bit of health. In fact, if I can try and find Belegar, where is he? Belegar 900 odd health, whereas Skarsnik 2000. Pulling my troops through the trees and just moving up with my Quarrelers. I'm thinking if I can get some shots and tear down those Black Orcs now, that'd be good. Some Longbeards, just try and pin and hold them there, because we don't want those Black Orcs coming into the fight. At this point, fairly higher up in allied troop count compared to what Air's got left, but still, those Black Orcs could do a lot of damage, and if I lose Belegar, then I'll be in trouble. And in comes that Orc Boar Chariot, and that's what I'm worried about. I mean, can disrupt a fair bit. There's still some Black Orcs hammering away in there. I'm still trying to pop as many augments as possible with Maroon Smith. And Belegar, I believe, has broken? Can't really tell in all this mess. He's in there somewhere. Yeah, there he is. No, I'm trying to pull him out. I'm trying to be shaken, though. And he is not on much health. He's being knocked around by that chariot. Thankfully, my miners are coming in and charging into the rusty arrows. But my forces over here are broken. Thankfully, the Ragnarok Queen has routed off the battlefield. She is gone. And my Iron Breakers and Longbeards over from this flank are now able to head on forward to reinforce Belegar and to take out the last of those Black Orcs. The Runesmith really getting knocked down. Skarsnik, though, losing health all over the place. Now he's trying to cast another spell. Yep, he gets all of his bits off, blasting shots all over the place, but I'm about to reinforce. My Thane leading the charge there. Belegar is over here. He's actually rallied just. That chariot, though, still going. And I want to see how many kills that gets. The Black Orcs has just realised that they're back here. But it's too late now for them to make an impact. Belegar's at the back here. He's still going on with Fosi to try and get him out of the way. And Skarsnik has broken the last of my forces. Pile on in to break the Black Orcs. Oh, boom. Down they go. Just those Black Orcs to break on that flank. And the Night Goblin Charm, actually, I haven't been able to chase him down, but his morale is slowly but surely dropping. Belegar's still there. Skarsnik has fallen. Big old dead gobbler there. And that was the victory. So, in the replay, take a look at the stats at the end. Yeah, that chariot, 182 kills, worked really well for air. And actually, I think the Spiderlings, actually, the Spider Hatchlings, worked pretty well from the Arachnarok Queen. Doomdiver getting some kills. I'm quite surprised that the Rusty Arrows got so many kills. I know they took out my Goblobber, which did nothing. My cannons actually weren't that useful, but one of them did get a fair few hits down on the Arachnarok Queen before she broke. The Black Orc unit, unfortunately, was held too far back. Maybe if that had committed in, it might have been a bit different in the centre. But I mean, my Iron Breakers, 126 and 64, really held on that right flank and allowed me just to whittle away and hold things in the centre. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this battle replay. Again, I said, played another battle against air after this. Played as Vampire Counts, he played as Empire on the Empire tabletop battle map that Maga has also made. But yeah, check out the map in the description. I hope you've enjoyed, and feel free to suggest other maps that I'll take a look at soon. Until then, don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Take pride and join the Legion. Check out my affiliates and sponsors, XMG, Greenman Gaming, and Overclockers UK. Till the next one, ciao for now.